Warning. The facts you are about to hear are based off 2 hours of researching the pros and cons of history's heroes and most controversial figures. This is Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history.
Whatever, complain about it if you want, but it happened, and there's no way we can punish him now. So you just go to Starbucks like you do, and
who
live
knows?
life the way
Who
they
knows
say
what
it.
would have happened if he didn't do that? My bloodline would have been Irish kings, kicking down those Cummins. Those Cummins
that's what you
peoples.
think, eh?
If the Portuguese and Spanish didn't come over, Ireland were on the way in a couple of years anyway.
What?
Ireland were going to come over and take over.
Take
anyway.
over everything? Yeah.
If is Chris Columba, is he Portuguese or Spanish?
Italy loves him, so I think he might have a little Italian.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he was an Italian explorer, but he worked for the Spanish. Like
That's what I think it
the
was.
Spanish hired him to go scout for them.
They were like, "We want more land." He's like, "Hey, I got more land for you. Don't even worry about it,
bro."
That's why he's like 50
I'm Christopher
men.
Columbus.
50 fucking men. That's all I need. That's it.
Yeah, I will
That'd be
take all
amazing.
these savages, these fucking.
These fucking goombas. Don't even worry about it.
Forget about it.
Yo, I work with a guy. He's from the UK, and he can't do an American accent. Can you do just a straight up "Hey, what are you doing, buddy"?
Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
That's not bad.
If you had to imitate what you see as an American accent, what would be your go-to?
Normally, if we were back in Ireland, you would go straight to Southern.
Southern,
accent.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear how you do.
That's everybody too.
How y'all doing? I don't know what am I supposed to say. Chris Columbus came over. Fuck, it's so shit. Chris Columbus, he came over. He made it I didn't go back Southern at all. I went back Italian.
Italian, yeah. Fuck. That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always looking for that when they can do that. It's
The
funny.
American, but see, if I even the way I'm talking now, my friends back in Ireland, they'll say you're speaking Canadian, you have a Canadian accent.
Really?
Yeah, because my accent changes. If I'm speaking to Canadian people, because I work in a bar, I've worked in a bar for 10 years, so I have to water down the accent.
Of
I
course.
have to make it easier for people to understand. So if an Irish person walks in, apparently my accent, I don't really notice it. It's subconscious, but apparently my accent goes even more full.
Oh
Irish,
yeah,
you know?
100%. My uncle's like that. He's from Barbados.
Yeah.
And the second somebody's even blackish, all of a sudden it just comes out tenfold. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. A little trick just to make sure you're always holding the mic right. So see this back part? That's how you know it's always back.
So
if you put your finger on that, then always keep it
yeah.
in front of your mouth, because
Perfect.
I just see you drifting over a little bit like that.
Look at you. Look at you. You got techniques now. Eh?
That's what I would do if I was holding it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But-
Sense. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not everybody can do that accent. What I forgot what I was gonna say.
What accents can?
No, I was gonna ask what you been up to actually.
What have I been up to?
Yeah,
Just
we're
fucking-
warming up, right?
Just ruining my life, man. Just I was on every time I'm on the right track. I
Veer off.
I fuck up. So yeah, the weight loss challenge thing. I got down 15 pounds, but I didn't check what I weighed when I got home today after drinking last night.
You should always check.
I'm sure I ruined it. But
219.
basically, the weigh-ins on March 22nd. The winner gets $500,
Oh yeah.
and I don't think I'm gonna win
Why don't you just fast?
for the week.
Just
No, for
do
a
a
day.
UFC water cut.
I will on the
that.
day of.
Yeah.
I can drop another 8 to 10 pounds on the day of just
But
by doing
he's
that.
going to do that too.
I don't know. I don't know if these guys have those tricks up their sleeves. So we'll see.
But you know,
There's
how
6
to
people in
do it, and I'll just to drink a load of water for the week before.
for the week, and then the day of just fucking,
drink fucking 8 to 10 liters of water a day, so you're pissing every 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then once you stop drinking water on the last day, your body will still want to be pissing every 30 minutes,
Yeah.
so it'll literally get rid of everything. It's unhealthy as fuck. But I had to do it when I had a Muay Thai fight, so I had to do that. So
official fight, eh?
right now I weigh about 210 or something.
Yeah.
And I weighed in at 163.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
Yeah, so I looked. It was there was nothing left to give.
And what'd you eat? What'd you eat during that week? Barely anything.
During the week, it was just really clean. Barely anything like salads, and maybe if I was having rice with some meat, it was a tiny bit of fucking rice.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I've been eating I've just been eating meat and vegetables. That's it. So I haven't touched any carbs in March at least. But Yeah, this week I'll try that out. I'll do the water thing.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we'll only do that at the very end.
Yeah,
like don't
this
do
is
that
the last week.
Yeah, because
I'm
you'll
8
be
days away.
dead,
I'm
after,
8 days away from weighing. I'm weighing in next Monday, so I should start it like midweek this week.
Yeah, so even if you do it for like 4 days or something, just like drink, and then the last day nothing. Like that fight I had was in Oklahoma, so it was a 23-hour bus drive.
Holy fuck!
So on that thing, I had half a small bottle of water, and half a banana in the 23 hours. So that's when I weighed in right after that. So like I had on that bus drive, I lost like 8 pounds or 9 pounds
on that bus ride. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Did you win the fight?
No, I lost decision. The guy, it was like a tournament style.
Yeah.
The guy was way smaller than me. I'd love to have it back, but he had a lot more experience than me. Like he went on to win the tournament. He got the belt, but
nice.
still, like I had so much height over him. Like if I fought like I had been fighting in the gym, it would have. It's easy to say.
So what'd you do wrong? What do you mean? Like if you fought like you were fighting in the gym, when you got there, you got nervous or
froze.
something?
It was my first fight. I got really nervous. I was just basically I wasn't throwing stuff because I was afraid of getting like knocked out. Like my biggest fear was just walking out there, him hitting me in the temple and me going down. But that wasn't. It was in the third round when he actually hit me for the first time. Like he hit me properly. He kicked me a lot, but he punched me like a really good punch in the face, and I was like, that's what I was fucking afraid of. Fuck, let's go now. But all I had was half a round left, and I went for it for the last round, but it just wasn't enough time. If he got me square in the first round and I knew there was nothing to be afraid of, then I could have went for it for the 3 rounds.
That's crazy.
And that's the only fight you ever did?
No, because I was so disappointed with that one. My coach came to me and he was like, look, I know you want to go back eating, but there's like a smoker, like a kind of a fake fight just in one of the gyms in Toronto. He said you can do it. It's in 2 weeks, but he said it's at like 175, I think it was. So he was like, you can eat, but just stay clean.
Don't go crazy.
Eat normal stuff, but clean. And then I fought that guy, but he was way bigger. He came in at like 180, and I was in at like 175. But that was in smokers, they don't say who wins or loses. So my camp said I won, his said he won. Like it was, we watched it back. It's pretty close to a draw. Which probably means I lost. If I'm saying that.
Smokers are sick.
Yeah, really it's good. But so I got to do that, and then I had one more fight, and I just I kind of was drinking up to it and stuff. That was at 180, I think, and I was kind of drinking. It was another smoker at our own gym, and the guy I was supposed to fight dropped out. Another guy came in. It's like the normal story. He was way better, way bigger. He came to me before the fight. He was like, this guy is over by a few pounds. Is that okay? I was like, okay. I'm never going to say no. And then we went in. I felt so sick before it because I was like, I did not train enough. And I went in. He beat the fuck out of me for like a minute, and the ref had to call it off.
Wow.
Like I didn't go down. I didn't get like knocked limp, but
not enough defense.
I got like knocked out on my feet. Like I couldn't see. Like I was still standing up, but it was just like, it felt I could literally see stars. Like he was just punching me, and it was like being in a fucking Superman movie, the cartoons or the Batman cartoons, like pow pow. And the ref was like, here, we can continue on if you want, because it's not a real fight. So and I was like, yeah, just give me a second, I can't see. And he was like, oh fuck, if you can't see, this is done.
Wow. Yeah. Let me just get my vision back. He's like, oh
yeah. He was like, I don't think so.
Yo, that's fucked. I've never had an actual fight. I do Muay Thai as well.
Oh yeah.
But I would love to do an actual.
You
fight.
do Muay Thai as well?
Yeah. My brother's been an instructor.
Oh yeah, you're
like
telling me that. Yeah,
nice.
Sick. Yeah.
So. I can't wait till they open up again, and I'm not sure if I'll actually fight again. I kind of would like to, but it's a lot of commitment. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put that much time and effort into it, but I do want to get back training like a few times a week at least.
Yeah. I would love to do at least one fight in my life.
It's just a nice thing to kind of have under your belt. Even the weight cut and stuff like that. It's not nice at the time, but it is a nice thing to have in the, that you have done.
It's fun. I've seen my brother do it. He trained, I forget what his name is. It's Thomas something with an M, but he became national champion.
All right.
Really young guy. Young kid, and it's just so cool to see. Cool to see the improvement. So cool to watch the fighting and how they do it and everything, and the actual respect that they give to the whole thing when they go around the ring and they do all that shit.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Would you ever fight some Irish gypsies back home for money?
Oh no!
You ever seen Knuckle?
I did. It's fucking great.
Knuckle.
You never seen Knuckle?
No.
It's a documentary about Irish gypsies. They link up to like fight for money and stuff.
It's like a circuit.
They'll have like these guys' family history. You know what I mean? The Joyces versus the whatever fucking. You know what I mean? Yeah. James, you baldy bastard.
The Joyces.
Yeah. You've been dodging
settle.
me for years.
That's how they settle the differences. It's like if there's a family difference, it's like your family did something to our family.
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's like, right, we're gonna fight over it.
Yeah.
And what you pick your best, they pick their best. They fight. They shake hands after. There's no more difference in the families. The families are not. You know, they obviously put a lot of money on it, so it's like probably 100 grand or 200 grand on from each family. But like they stole all the money anyway, so it doesn't matter to them. But like then one of them wins it, one of them loses it. Both sides walk away. There's no problem anymore.
Really? Eh?
Wow, that's crazy.
In Knuckle there was an ongoing problem because I think one guy killed another guy from
that was a big one.
Yeah. So that one is tough to get over, and there was the basically like the patriarch of the family, like the one old guy from the family that, you know, he has his cheap tricks to win fights and stuff. Like he never fought the main guy from the other family because he's a little too old for him, but he would still be sending him videos, calling him out, just trying to get him to fight. Like
really?
Yeah.
You can go down rabbit holes of those videos.
Oh, it's YouTube. Great. It's like straight up like WWE promos. Like
I want to.
They're just talking to the fucking.
It's brilliant.
Oh, you gotta watch Knuckle, man.
Well, I'm sure it's like reminiscent of or probably like what Tyson Fury does. Because he does that, or his dad did that to Mike Tyson.
Kind of, yeah.
His dad was like at the camera screaming, like, "Come and fight me, fight me!" He wanted to fight Mike Tyson.
Wow, that's interesting.
But like, it's kind of like that, but like with less coherence, and they're like really angry,
less
like
coherence.
They're like spitting because he kind of speaks pretty well, John Fury.
Yeah,
but he the people that are doing this, it's like. They're just saying words that are not words.
Really,
it's hilarious. Like one famous one. It's called "Junkies Bastard." Like that's one of the famous videos. It's like because he kept saying "you junkies bastard," but that's actually my coach used to love that video. So when I fought, that was my name on the card.
The
like
Junkies Bastard.
The Junkies
that's
Bastard.
So funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, man. Fucking the Quinn McDonough. Quinn McDonough.
You guys are like the last of like the white tribes, the white people who like have tribes and like do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you don't see that a lot.
What, Irish gypsies?
Well, I mean, just that whole thing, because that's like they're not doing that for fame or cameras or anything.
No, it's
that's
honor.
Just,
like it's
so like
honor,
that doesn't happen anywhere except for like in tribal situations. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you come over the hill crazy. And your best fight their best. Like that's fucking. Where does that happen anymore?
Yeah, you can't do that now because you have to like worry about the legalities or whatever. But they're just we have our own laws. This is the way we do it.
I would love to see that live. I would love to be at one of those.
Have you ever seen one live? I guess it's probably a dodgy thing to go to. You'd probably feel like a little uncomfortable.
I've never been to a proper one. Like obviously like to a younger level when we were in school, like the kids would be doing it. Just at school, but it wouldn't be. There wouldn't be money on it and stuff. They're just fighting because they know. So there would have been a lot of them fighting each other or fighting other people or whatever. But no, I've never gone to one of the actual ones. If they don't want to do the fights, they do another thing. It's I think they call it trotting, but it's like horse racing, horse and cart racing. But they're not allowed like go into a canter. They have to stay trotting. So but they do it up roads. So they don't ask anybody. They don't tell anybody. They just they block off like 2 miles on a road. So sometimes you could be just
like drag racing kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You could be just sitting there, and then they get the horses ready, race them up, 200-300 grand on it, and do it, and then. As soon as the cops come, then everyone scatters.
And as a regular person, you can't fuck with it. You can't be like,
no.
Wow.
But can you place bets on it? Can you just get out of your car and be like, I got fucking 20 on this guy?
I'd say you do it between yourselves. I wouldn't
be doing
get involved
it
to them. Yeah.
Fucking leave with no rims on your car or something.
Exactly. Yeah. If they leave you the car, that's nice.
Yeah, right. Fuck, that's such a weird. I gotta look into that. I didn't. Wow.
There's some great videos on YouTube.
Man,
like so
shit.
Funny.
Definitely taking Knuckle. But speaking of some Irish history and looking into things, we're on Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. And the reason you see us, if you're watching at home, all decked out in our green is because it's time to do an episode on none other than St. Patrick. You know what I mean? There's a lot to be said about him on the internet. We have a special guest on the show today. As always, I'm your host, James Jam Easy Cummins. Colin Cummings is over there, and we're going to argue over G's and N's later.
That sounds so bad.
But today we have a special guest from the motherland, Darren Burke.
Yes.
Welcome to the
Thanks
show.
for having me. Thank you.
Now, I'll ask you guys, without looking into him, what do you know about St. Patrick? What when I say the name St. Patrick, you know what I mean? What do you know about him?
Well, I think I'll have a shorter answer.
All right, let's hear it.
I just know that people get drunk
The day, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, on his day. And he has a day because he was a saint.
Okay.
And that's it. And beer turns green.
Hell yeah.
Whenever he's around. That's it. That's all I know about him.
The day and the guy are two different things, and I'll get into
really
what the difference is between the day and the guy, and why we actually celebrate like the way we do. The North American way of celebrating St. Patrick's Day around the world and everything is bigger than in Ireland, right? Am I wrong to say that?
Well, in Ireland, but we celebrate it as well. Like, it's just, we'll have a parade and have a parade, like, get a day off work, but it's not in everywhere else, like New York, Chicago, Toronto. They do it like absolutely crazy, absolutely. But in Dublin, it's a great time. Like, it's a great day at home. Yeah, like, especially when you're in college or whatever, you're gonna have the day or a couple of days off anyway. Like, we do it well in college because like, I left Ireland just after college anyway. Yeah, but in college, like, St. Patrick's Day was a great day. Really? Like, absolutely great day. Yeah.
When I was looking into it, it said that in Ireland, like, it wasn't much of a drinking day, like anything special, until after 1970. They said it used to be St. Patrick's Day was like more like a religious thing. You go to church in the morning, you have a nice big dinner. But then in 1970, they started opening the pubs on that day. They used to be closed on St. Patrick's Day. 1970, they opened it up, and it became more like a drinking thing. And then they started marketing it towards, like, having tourists come over and enjoy it because they saw how big it was in other parts of the world. America, yeah, like you said, New York, Boston, probably celebrate it bigger than anywhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
But St. Patrick the guy, what's the general vibe you have on him?
It's always been like, I didn't I didn't learn, like I was just saying earlier, I did history until junior, so it's just until I'm like 15. Anything after that is like just my own curiosity, learning about stuff. But we just heard he was like, I read a bit more about him today, but like, before, what as I was a kid, like, it was like St. Patrick, he was from Wales. He came over, brought Christianity to Ireland, and the thing that we always say is, like, he ridded Ireland of snakes. Yeah. So there's no snake. There isn't any snakes in Ireland. Other than zoos or whatever.
Not anymore. He drove them all out, right?
That's it. But like, but really, like, you'll probably have read, like, as they say, he got rid of the snakes, but he got rid of, like, the snakes is like the bad people, like the druid priests,
the pagans. The pagans are snakes, and the snakes are the pagans.
So he got rid of them.
And okay, so you guys know on this show we look into the good and bad of what they have to say about somebody, and this is quite a duality of man. This guy, some people say he was the Hitler of Ireland. Wow, it's as bad as that. There's a story about him genociding an old African tribe that was there. I looked into that one. They're called the Twa. Every St. Patrick's Day. Now, I was a little bit worried about this episode because
the Twa.
I love Ireland. I celebrate Irish culture. I'm my dad was born there. I wasn't born there, but I live it. You know what I mean? I have it in my blood, and I fucking rep it. Now, every year on St. Patrick's Day, I'll see this meme come up on Instagram saying, like, oh, black people shouldn't celebrate St. Patrick's Day because it's about genociding this tribe, the Twa. Now, I looked into that, and I want to say right off the bat, there's no evidence of this.
None?
It's pretty much, this is the theory on that. The Twa were people who had from Central Africa who would travel around to different parts of the world. They had dreadlocks. Those dreadlocks look like snakes. People say, the snakes must have been, the Twa must have traveled to Ireland and they drove them out. There's actually no evidence of it, and they say that that's just something black people are making up. I'm saying, I don't know. There's no evidence either way.
So you're saying that they have, for this Hitler of Ireland, that there's Holocaust deniers. That's what you're saying.
But watch this now. As much as he might be the Hitler of Ireland, he might also be the Django of Ireland. Do you know who Django? You ever seen Django Unchained?
I haven't.
Slave.
No. That's it. It's
No.
unbelievable.
Slave turned slave master killer. Now watch this. St. Patrick, like you said, wasn't actually born in Ireland. He's from Wales. Wales or Scotland, they say.
And it could be England as well.
Yeah.
It's like
I
don't know when he was born or when he was.
It was in the 400s.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow.
It was in the 400s, and he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped when he was 16 years old. He actually wasn't Christian at this time. He was a pagan as well. He was kidnapped and brought to Ireland, sold into slavery. For 6 years, he was
into Ireland.
Yeah,
He was a slave in Ireland. Yeah,
he was a slave
before he came back.
Yeah,
Irish people had slaves.
Now watch this.
That were from Wales.
Now
I've always known it as backwards.
Pirates
the other way around.
Kidnapped him from Wales.
Okay.
Brought him to Ireland, sold him into slavery under some pagans. Some pagans were had slaves. Now he would work as a shepherd herding sheep, and eventually he, like I said, wasn't Christian at the time. But where do you find God in the tough times?
Yeah,
slavery is a pretty tough time, so I've heard.
Have you heard?
So he was praying to God.
I haven't been in it myself.
Have you spoke to anyone?
Yeah.
I've never heard good reviews on slavery.
There's a lot of hullabaloo about this whole slavery thing being pretty tough. So he prayed to God, and he got a message in a dream from, he heard a voice, could be an angel, could be God, telling him to go to this port, and there's going to be a ship waiting for him to escape.
Okay. He
went there, he found the ship, he escaped. Got back home, and now that he's like, okay, God is good, he reunited with his parents quick, but at the same time he's like, I'm gonna go become a priest now because God is sick.
Yeah,
God just got me out of slavery.
There's an alternative. Like I read that one, but they said as well that he heard the voice say there would be a ship waiting, but apparently on his way back he got kidnapped again and spent 60 days in France. And in France, he learned about other like more religions, and so he brought that as well. That was just an extra bit of knowledge that he brought back to Wales.
A little extra.
But his dad apparently was not a priest, it's the one starting with D.
A Dutch,
a
duke.
A deacon.
A deacon.
Oh,
his dad was a deacon, and his grandfather was a priest. But apparently, St. Patrick didn't. He wasn't too religious, when he was 16 and captured, and then it was after that he became. He
got kidnapped as an atheist. He got freed as a God-loving Christian. Notes, take them, guys.
That's how it usually goes.
You know what I mean? God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
He's like Malcolm X, basically.
So
basically,
he's a priest. Now he goes to become a priest. He learns all this Catholic stuff, and he's like, you know who needs this stuff? My old slave masters back home. The pagans, the snakes.
Who needs that stuff? Also, to that African stuff, were they ever pirates? This tribe?
Ooh,
because if they were,
then I could tie in too.
Then
it was pirates that got him the first time.
Irish
pirates.
Him.
So he was like
Irish pirates.
When he saw those people, he was like, "Fucking more pirates!
Yeah.
I'm getting them before they get."
Fuck. Okay.
So
damn.
So now he comes back to Ireland, and he's a man on a mission. Now, here's where he drove the snakes out of Ireland. Now, obviously, the story you hear as a kid is snakes. It's not snakes. The snakes are the pagans are the snakes, like I said. Now, he comes back to convert. So it's like, hey, guys, you want to be Catholic? You want to be a good person? Or do you want to continue being a pagan? Now, these pagans back then, they worship the sun. Worshipping the sun in Ireland is like going to church twice a year. You know what I mean? There's not much to worship of a sun in Ireland. So I could see why he's like, these guys are bullshit. Worshiping the sun? What sun? I've been working as a slave for 6 years. I saw the sun twice. It's been raining all the time.
This guy said it's been raining. But fucking the ancient Egypt, they worship the sun.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, in Egypt it's sunny.
Yeah.
Those it makes a lot more sense to worship the sun in a sunny place.
It seems like he doesn't like a lot of African things. This guy, maybe he did get that tribe. Because they probably worship the sun.
Also, okay, but we're talking about the reason I'm saying, okay. Now, there's no record of how many people he killed or converted. All we know is Ireland became a Catholic place by the time.
Yeah.
He went around. He was building up monasteries. He was building up schools, churches, and he was converting people. Like some people were open to being converted.
He actually killed people?
Now, that's the thing. When they say drove the snakes out, it's like there's 3 ways he could have done it: converting people, making people leave, or murdering them, or a combination of all 3, which is probably usually when in history of all Catholic missionaries spreading the word of God everywhere they go, that is usually the combination of all 3.
That's what
you're
Fidel
converting
did.
a couple people, you're killing a couple people, and a couple people are just going to leave because they don't want to be a part of this shit.
That's exactly what Fidel did.
Fidel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
But some people are never going to be converted. I know maybe they didn't need to be or whatever, but if you are going to follow through with a plan, like people are going to have to get out of the way.
Yeah, and we're not going to. I don't know for sure, but the pagans, it's not like they were great people. They were slave owners. He went back to take care of slave owners.
What were they? These pagans, were they just Irish people who believed?
They were Celts. They were Celts and Druids. That's
like
what
they
said.
believed in different stuff. Like they believed there was a God, but it wasn't it wasn't Christianity. Like that. Like they believed in the sun. They believed, you believe in trees because something comes from trees. You believe in water because something comes from water.
Oh, the elements.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if it's exactly that, but
they always related
like
stuff
that,
to nature. And actually, they say that when St. Patrick was breaking down Christianity to these pagans, he would use the clover, 3-leaf clover, to show the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
But I think also I didn't look too much into, but apparently there's three things in the other religions that they used to believe in as well.
Okay.
But apparently it took so long. Like it's just a story, but it took so long to get Christianity into the Irish people's heads.
Yeah, like
when he went to a new town. It's like it took so long. I don't know if they were drinking or whatever, but he had an ash staff, an ash stick. So he would stick it into the ground where he went to teach this new town or this new area. And by the time he got Christianity through to them, the ash had grown roots. So that was a tree in the town then. Like
that's
the
crazy.
St. Patrick ash tree or whatever.
Wow.
What is it still there?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
God.
It's kind of like a story. It's a story.
Yeah.
For how long it took him to get it through to the Irish people or whatever.
True.
Now, when he started coming over and converting people, the pagans and the Druids, they weren't liking it. They actually had him arrested several times, and he escaped every time. This guy is a pretty good. Like, I want to see a movie about St. Pat. When I went into doing research on this guy, I was like really nervous about what I was going to find out. And I'm filled with so much Irish pride. This guy, okay, yeah, people call him the Hitler, but why I say he's the Django.
Nah.
So like I said, he comes back, and he actually went after his old slave master. Now, here's the story that he told is, I showed up to my slave master's house, and it was already burning. It was already burning. Now, his old master apparently gathered all his riches in one room and burned himself alive in it with the house. And he wrote a letter saying that his pride could not endure the thought of being vanquished by his former slave. Now, so either he committed suicide or St. Patrick actually just went and fucking burned this guy alive and fucked up the old slave master, which is the perfect ending to the movie. You know what I mean?
Well, when he
escaped.
Do you know if did he have like a lot of people with him?
That's what I was gonna say. If he had people, then maybe they just went there and fucking got it done for him. Or maybe they were just burning slave master houses and
maybe. So that's what I'm saying. Like all these people that are saying, "Oh, black people shouldn't like St. Patrick," I'm like, maybe you should.
Well,
this guy seemed like he was anti-slavery.
This is the exact same. I don't know where this story goes, but this is exactly what Fidel and Che Guevara.
Yeah,
this is the exact same kind of story. They came back from a place where they were all oppressed.
Yeah.
They came back and they took over slowly.
Yeah.
And by the time they got to the government, which with Fidel and Che Guevara, by the time they got to the government, they were already fucked. Like they didn't have to do the job. They were already fucked up because they had so many people with them. It's almost like the same kind of story.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
My granduncle, he was what's the word? Like a missionary. So he was a missionary in South America.
Really?
And but he hid Che Guevara.
Really?
Whoa!
What the fuck?
That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen?
Crazy. I'm actually not even sure. Just as it was coming into my head, I was like, what? there is a story there. I just can't remember. I must fucking talk to my mother again. Ask for the full story.
That's fucked. Hid him.
So he hid him, like he kept him hidden in his, you know, in his house, in his basement or
Wait,
whatever.
like what part of South America were they in?
That guy, Father Martin, he was in. I'm pretty sure he was in Peru for most of the time.
True,
but I'd say he moved around. I think he moved around as well. I'm not sure.
Just to even think that he met him. Here, but it doesn't even matter the story. Just the fact he probably met him is
crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So crazy. That's nuts.
And he's still alive?
I can't remember now.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Like
I think he died a few years ago. Yeah.
Like you can only find like high level political old people who have like met like Che Guevara. Like no regular people. Like that's fucked.
Yeah, just to cross paths with him. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Sick.
Yeah, man. So the whole debate on St. Patrick is about this whole driving the snakes out of Ireland. Yes, he did convert the nation into being a Catholic nation. It was pagan before it. Now, did he commit a genocide? There's no hard evidence on it, but I get why people are making that guess, because all of a sudden you went from being a pagan nation to being a Catholic nation one way, by hook or by crook. The guy got it done. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? This is like there's no speculation here. He committed a genocide. That's what they do. That like that's like saying that about Native Americans and when the people came over. Like, how did they become like Catholic and Christian?
Yeah, like they didn't start knocking on doors.
Yeah,
like, oh, you don't want to be Christian? No problem. We'll check next door.
Okay,
and maybe we'll come back to you when one of your friends are already Christian. Like you did it with a fire.
By force.
Yeah,
we'll leave this book with you. Okay, give it a read. If you like, we'll be back in a few days. Like they weren't doing that. They were just like you're dead if you're not, because you're evil. And then whoever they can round up who actually believes that, they're gonna help finish the job.
Yeah.
So obviously he did that.
Were the pagans bad people?
But that's
were they? Are we talking about him murdering slave owners? Is that okay with people? Are you guys good with that at home?
What about the babies?
If we could go back in time.
What about the babies?
If we could go back in time.
What about the babies?
Watch this. Colin.
Look at his face. He went like this for a second.
Watch this.
I don't want to hear about the babies.
Let's say Harriet Tubman, Underground Railroad. She went up.
He's comparable to Fidel Castro, not Harriet Tubman.
Watch this. She went up. She freed a bunch of slaves. When she got out to the free part of America or Canada. She got together with some people, created a militia, and we're like, we're gonna go back and kill all the slave owners. I think everyone would be pretty okay with that story. I think everyone would be like, that's pretty sick that she did that. What a great part of history. So maybe,
but he's not comparable to her. He's comparable to like Che Guevara, which is funny because Che Guevara is half Irish, which we learned, which is actually funny. That's probably why.
Yeah, very possible.
Wow,
very possible.
That's But yeah, he's more comparable to them, not to her.
He's not more comparable than anything.
No, he is.
You can compare him the way you want to compare him. I can compare him the way I want to compare him.
No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of the stories, because Harriet Tubman, she didn't have to murder a bunch of people.
No, she didn't have to, but if she did, it would have been cool, is what I'm saying.
No, it wouldn't have. But no, it wouldn't have.
If she went back and killed a bunch of slave owners, I think people would be pretty good with it.
Because in that scenario, she would have had to kill the slaves and slave owners. It would have been anybody who didn't want to come with her.
No.
Right?
No.
So if it was a slave master, right away she's going to kill the slave master. But if it's a slave that doesn't want to go with her, she's going to kill them too. Okay. Because you got to think of it like religion. So think of slavery like
if you're some backstabbing slave that you're gonna take the side of the masters over the slaves, then you got to get cut too. So
we'll see, and this is the mentality.
This is the
mentality that they put into place, and that's why this becomes an okay thing in some people's eyes. Because it's like, how else are you gonna get this done? Like you said, they can't just go from door to door, and 80% of the people say no, and they just go okay.
Yeah.
They go no, we gotta. We're bringing this.
I don't think it would be a case of saying no. It's like, no, I'm happy with my pagan religion. I think they didn't know anyway. So it's like what he was saying was so smart to them. Made so much sense.
He goes to the
we need something to cling on to. It's oh, you're telling me there's a God, and if I pray, then my life will be better than this.
Yeah,
like, they don't have fucking central heating. They're living in huts.
Yeah, they're like, I'm praying to the sun. I haven't seen the sun in a year.
Like, it could be better than this. Like, I have 2 babies dead in here. Like, it could be better than this. please tell me how this.
That's true also. But if you look into the pagan religion, they have all sorts of structure. Because I actually have looked into the pagan religion quite a bit. Because I look into like the occult and stuff all the time.
Right.
And there is a vast set of structure, just like any religion. Like there's a huge set of structure that they have. Now, was their life bad at that point? Probably. Everybody's life is probably bad. The dude who came to save them was a slave fucking how many times over before he even got there, right? So life was bad all over, but don't try and justify this shit. We go through history, bro. He just killed a bunch of people. It's all good. He thought this way was the best, and whoever wasn't with it is gonna die, or they're gonna learn.
You can say that.
What was the quote you always say? Those who don't know will learn.
That's what I say about people in my comedy.
Yeah.
You don't know how funny I am now. You'll learn about it.
That was exactly how he went in. Those who don't know will learn.
Yeah.
And if not,
those who know. Those who don't know will learn.
That's exactly how he rode through.
So me and St. Patrick were on the same level.
Which is not. See, the thing is, like, why, like the Hitler of Ireland. That's a pretty huge statement to say, and like
I know, and it was
I think
this fat nerd in glasses that said it on YouTube. I'm like, fuck you, you pussy. You don't know shit.
That's a big thing to say, but at the same time, like when we go through all this stuff, like when we go through Genghis Khan, like we didn't really justify or we didn't really specify Genghis Khan to be a super evil person, right? It was like he was just using the tools at the time. So was this guy. At the time, they had a tool that was religion.
Yeah.
And they had a tool that was violence. And if one didn't work, the other one surely will.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how everything moved. Like, that's how everything worked in the world, and kind of does still, in a certain way. You know, so it's okay. Use a murderer. It's fine.
You're gonna welcome Jesus into your heart, or I'm gonna get you welcomed into heaven. Now, just fucking.
But like now, you have to protect people a little bit. You know, you have to, like, if someone's not doing the right thing, it's like, oh, you're gonna be stealing people. Let's put you into jail. But back then it's like, if I put you into jail, I've got to feed you and stuff. No, I'll just kill you.
In some places it's still the same thing. That exact mentality. It's like, I don't have, if you can't get with the program, we don't have food for everybody.
Like
but imagine,
especially not somebody who's not with the program.
Imagine wanting to cancel a guy that was an ex-slave that came and got revenge on his slave masters. Like, that's
who's canceling him though? Is that actually
every year, for the last couple of years? And that's why I was afraid to do this episode, because I'm like, the last couple of years. I'm like, what am I going to learn? What am I going to learn? I'm afraid of what I'm going to learn, but I'm more happy about this guy.
Bro, it's like it's what people do. Like, some people don't like Che Guevara.
Yeah.
And some people love him.
Yeah.
Absolutely love him. It's going to be the same thing with even Genghis Khan, with everything we know Genghis Khan did. The huge statue of him in their fucking
You're
Mongolia.
Right, man. You know what? People should do a show about that. Maybe like the pros and cons of these bad boys of history. Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. Now, whether you like St. Patrick or not, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day for a second. Now, St. Patrick's Day, why you should still celebrate it, even if you don't give a fuck about St. Patrick. Because
why is it different? You said it was the day is different from the guy. Why
because
is that?
Okay, so there's St. Patrick's Day, which is the day for the saint, which is March 17th, the day he died, allegedly. Now, it wasn't really a big thing until the 1500s. This bishop was like really about St. Patrick. He's like, we should get this guy sainted. Like, he was so dope.
Yeah.
So in the 1500s, he was like really pushing for him to become a saint. They made him a saint. They made it a national day, whatever, that people would go to mass in the morning, have a nice meal. Now, the reason I say it's different, what St. Patrick's Day became known to be in the world. St. Patrick's color was blue. Like, now we celebrate it green. The whole thing is because, so St. Patrick's Day. During the potato famine in Ireland, it forced a lot of Irish people to leave Ireland. The British were being dicks about shit.
Yeah.
We had fungus on our potatoes, and they kept forcing us to give our crops away because they had deals with, like, America to, like, export things and different things like that. So they were forcing Ireland to basically starve, and they couldn't make money off other stuff, so they were taxing them so heavily. They couldn't eat,
and they had food.
And now they were taking away their houses. Yeah, they couldn't eat their own grains and everything because that was all getting sold off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
I just knew that the people from, like, the British had food, and they were just.
The British had food.
No, Ireland. You still had to, like, if you had land, like, you still had to grow the food, and it's just Britain would come every now and again and fucking just take it.
Yeah.
It's like, this is ours now.
That's nuts.
So during that time, it was a real dark period for Ireland. So this is when so many people left. So They say about 2 million people came over to America. And to this day, now, there's actually 7 times more Irish Americans than there is population of Ireland. Like,
Wow.
there's a huge amount of Irish culture in America and Canada.
Yeah.
Now, this is where St. Patrick's Day became something else, because when they came, green was the nationalist color. The clover was like a nationalist symbol of Ireland, getting the country back, the freedom of Ireland, the independence of Ireland from Britain. So that's why it became a green thing. So when they came to America, even America, when Irish immigrants came, they used to like shit on Irish people. They saw them as lower class. They saw them as savages. The British people, like
the signs with no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Yeah, no blacks.
That was always there.
That's how they felt about them. So St. Patrick's Day, these guys that were in the Irish army and Irish immigrants, they got together and they marched in New York to show how many Irish people were there. To show
they did the Million Man March
to show the power of the Irish immigrant. To show
that's crazy
that politicians and stuff, like, you should be taking care of us because look at how many people can vote for you. That's what it originally was, to show like
how many came out,
to show the pride. They say like 100,000 people came out.
So they did their own
in New York. It was.
When was this?
This was in the 1700s.
Wow.
1766.
So you guys were the first ones to do it.
And they just chose St. Patrick's Day just because that was an Irish national holiday. But it was like, it wasn't really. It was more about celebrating Irish culture and showing the strength of Irish immigrants. That was the celebration. Did you know this?
Yeah. No.
Okay. That's what I found that out today as well.
That's so weird.
So that's why they did green. That's why they chose St. Patrick's Day. It's more, like I said, celebrate Irish culture. You're not celebrating the guy that might have had a genocide, right?
It makes a lot of sense. Like I've been living here for 9 years now, but so I've had lots of friends come over. Like the visa process to come here is like a 2-year thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time someone has come over, I've made friends with them, then they run out there 2 years, then they go back home.
Yeah.
They're finished their visas. But a lot of people, you can see, like, once they come over here, they're more Irish than they were even at home. You start listening to more Irish music.
Oh yeah.
You watch. You always get together to watch the Irish sports, even if maybe you didn't even watch it at home.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you want to just hold on to that little bit. It's just maybe it's a bit of guilt, like that. Yeah, I'm not at home right now. Like, I should be at home. I am Irish. I want to keep as much Irish as possible. But so you're just going to cling on to everything. So like St. Patrick's Day, obviously we'll do COVID guidelines and all that, but we're going to get together for St. Patrick's Day, and we need to cling on to as much as we can. We've moved across the country, or across the world, and it's fine. Like, there's, I love being here, but it's like, being Irish, it's a huge thing.
It's a pride.
It's a huge thing. It's pride,
my Irish granny, she came over to Canada in like the 70s, but my whole life, man, she's just pumping an Irish pride into me, just always telling me stories and always saying, I'm an Irish woman. She'd always like be big up talking about where she's from, the Liberties, talking about all these stories, IRA and all this stuff, like so much Irish pride.
Woman.
Now when I go to Ireland, like my cousins there, like they're Irish, but they're not fucking bragging about it nonstop. Like, you know what I mean? There's no need to when you live there.
No, if you live there, it doesn't. You don't. It's not a second thought. It's like, of course I'm Irish, but then when you come away, you realize how much people love Irish people. Yeah. So it's like, even when I came over first, like you just start talking in a bar and like everyone wants to talk to you. Yeah, like I work in a bar, so every day I have to tell the story. It's like, how long have you been here? I'm telling the same story all the time because people are like, you're Irish. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Dublin, and they name out the bars they were in. It's like, oh, amazing. They want to be a part of your life if you're Irish.
Nice, yeah.
And feel more. They want to be Irish vicariously.
That's it, exactly.
When I was looking at it, apparently St. Patrick's Day around the world does $4.5 billion of business.
Quick question.
It's a fucking celebration.
What if all of a sudden, because of this fucking culture that we're in,
they cancel it?
They cancel the name. And they call it Irish Culture Day instead.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I think the consensus would be.
No, I think a real consensus, they could just call it Paddy's Day and don't call it St. Paddy's Day because there's a fucking million Irish Patricks. No. You can still celebrate it's like Irish culture.
Well, maybe you don't know, but like where I live, Vaughan, like there's a Vaughan High School. There's no shortening that. They're changing the full name. They're taking the whole thing out.
For what?
Just because Vaughan was a slave master.
Oh, that's called Vaughan?
Yeah. Where I live is Vaughan.
Wait, they're changing the name of Vaughan?
Well, they might change. They might change the name of the town. They just did it to the school.
And what was the school called? Vaughan Heights or something like that?
Vaughan Secondary School.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So it wouldn't be a shortening if, like, in today's culture, they would change the name. They wouldn't shorten.
Well,
it.
it's already is changed to Paddy's Day. Like that's what everyone would say at home. It's like, oh, Paddy's Day. Like
St.
no one
Paddy's
will
Day,
say
yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. But the thing that it really kills me, and I guess it shouldn't, but when I see with the two T's,
Yeah.
Patty.
You want to say PD?
Yeah, it's Paddy. Like the short for Patrick is Paddy.
Yeah.
Paddy.
Yeah.
But over here and in like South, like in the States, it's like it's Patty's Day. Patty. But Patty is not short for Patrick. Like it's different. So it's a killer when you see it like written everywhere. It's like that's not what we're saying. So I guess it's our accents. Like you hear Paddy's Day, that's what you heard. But like a patty is the piece of meat. Like
Jamaican
burger. It's like the short for Patrick is Paddy.
True. So then it wouldn't be good if they changed the name.
Well, they can change it to Paddy.
No, if they change it to Irish Culture Day, because you're saying to celebrate Irish culture. What if they change it to that name?
I don't see the point of it, but
like that wouldn't be good. There's
like,
never a point to anything that they do.
When you look at
now,
okay,
in this
like any other day you can think of now, like whatever culture day.
Yeah.
Can you think of one of those?
Something Culture Day.
Yeah, like
no, they always give it months now
because it's not a big thing for people. You know, it would. I think doing that would actually make it be forgotten about. It won't be forgotten about because it's too big. But I think if you change it to Irish Culture Day, it's like I don't need to celebrate that. I'll get it again next year.
Exactly.
I think the only if it stays St. Patrick's Day is the only how it's going to stay.
I agree.
The way it is.
The same thing that they did the Carnival.
I was
like when they changed the name because
people still call it Carabana, but
Carabana because over in like Barbados, like there's stories behind it. It's like it's the time that the crops were done and the slaves didn't have to work, and like there was a whole big story to it. So to change the name actually is like fucked.
Yeah.
Like when they do that, it's actually fucked. I was just wondering what you guys would think of that.
I just think it's important to. What are you celebrating? What are you celebrating? Okay, you could say you drove the snakes out of Ireland, whatever, and that could. People be mad about the pagan thing, but let's look at it this way. When did we really start celebrating it? When Irish people had to leave because these British people were doing what? They were fucking taxing them like crazy. They were making them starve. I think the British people were kind of acting like snakes at the time. They were being a little bit of snakes, weren't they? And when I think about driving the snakes out of Ireland, I can just think about fucking getting the British out of there. Go on home, you British soldiers. Go on home.
Exactly.
And fucking and yeah. So I'm like, this is what you're celebrating.
You're celebrating a revolution.
And you're also celebrating anti-discrimination, bro, because people were discriminating against Irish. Like I said, like Darren said, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs.
Yeah.
That's what they had the original parade for, to fucking show the strength of the Irish immigrant, to show that we're fucking, look at how much
What do you mean? When did
society.
it become a day? When was it?
So it was already a thing in Ireland, but it wasn't like a fucking that parade thing, like a fucking big thing until 1766, the first when 2 million immigrants came over from Ireland to America, and then they all got together and they had a big march in New York.
But you said it didn't become a drinking thing till
it didn't become a drinking, like, you know how Irish are. It didn't take too long to become a drinking thing after that. In Ireland, though, it didn't become a drinking thing until 1970. But in America,
a funeral is a drinking thing.
Yeah.
Like anything is a drink. You know, anything can be made into a drinking thing.
True.
But yeah, in 1970, that was. You know, but a bit before that. So, like, if St. Patrick's got rid of the snakes once, it's kind of been done twice because obviously we were under British rule, like till the 1920s. But then it took a while. It was like 1932 before it became a republic, and then it was later. You know, it was later. It was later again before we actually became what it is now. So the snakes were gotten rid of twice. So there's enough to be celebrated.
Yeah, there's enough to be celebrated.
There can be a day that we can celebrate being Irish. We call it St. Patrick's Day because that's how it started. But like. Yeah, there's a lot to celebrate being Irish.
I don't see a lot of
people, and I'm happy with it staying.
Oh yeah, I don't see a lot of people on St. Patrick's Day throwing up crosses and saint stuff. Like, they're not celebrating the saint. They call it like
the grandparents.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's gonna die out with the next generation. I think. But
it's more about people saying, "Oh, I'm Irish for a day." People everywhere wearing green. Everyone.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is they're just celebrating Irish culture. It has nothing to do with genociding pagans.
Well, it does at its roots. Just like Caravana has
Yeah.
nothing to. Caravana is about ass and grinding on
True,
chicks.
true.
But we don't celebrate the fact that people are free and crops are here and shit. You know what I mean? It's about people ass.
The one little fucked up thing that because like I listen to a lot of like Irish rebel songs. Like I like a lot of Irish folk music and stuff.
Hit me with some.
And
Hit me
well,
with
I
some
will
right
because
now.
when they say when I see this thing about St. Patrick maybe have killing a bunch of Africans, when I see that, there's this one song, and it's actually about the British soldiers. They had a group called the Black and Tans. You know,
of course, yeah.
brutal soldiers. They used to just run over people's lawns with tanks, just fucking murder people for no reason. Like my granny used to tell me stories about these guys. Like they were the worst. Like everyone hated them the most. Like when they rolled into town, it's like these guys are just gonna fuck up the city just cause. Like they were just hired to just create terror around Ireland.
Really?
So the song about them, they're called the Black and Tans.
That's fucked.
And then when I hear about them killing Africans, I'm like, man, I can't sing this song
But
out
it's
loud.
about their
It's about their uniform.
their
It's not about
stripes or
It was
whatever.
black and brown.
It's not about them
So
being
black
black
and tan. It was just the color of their uniform.
But the song is, come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you... Yeah, it's a fucking, just a song about challenging the black and tans to a fight. And it's just like, I sing it, but then I'm like, this sounds like a little fucked up if you're if you don't
Sounds
know
like
the history
you're
behind
not
it.
calling the right people.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fucking incredible. Keep singing it.
No, that's all I got, man. Yeah, man. Fucking.
I want to hear that song. I want to hear that whole song.
I'll play it after. I'll put it in an Instagram
Great
clip.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah, man. And speaking of like, when we were touching on that, Irish people from Ireland don't have as much like Irish pride as if you're here. Now, it reminded me of a story whenever an Irish comedian comes over, I like linking up with you guys just because it's like it makes get a little connection to the fucking the motherland.
You feel Irish, like you said.
Yeah. Look at us. Look at this. Crazy.
That's it. We're looking good.
Yeah. So there was this one Irish comedian that came over. He posted in like a Toronto Facebook group. Oh, I'm from Ireland. I'm over. Does anybody can get me on stage, whatever? And I was like, sick. Let me help this Irish guy out. So I invite him out to a show that I'm hosting, and I'm thinking, this guy probably wants to drink. So I'm like, let me get this guy a shot. And when I was hosting, I'm like, here, I'll give you a drink if you can finish this song. And I started singing like an Irish like song, and he didn't know it. And it was like such a fucking easy one too. I think I was saying like the Wild Rover or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been a wild rover for many years. And I like hand him the mic, and he's like, I don't know it. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, whatever, I'll give this guy a shot anyways. I got him a shot. The guy doesn't even drink. He didn't drink. He didn't know Irish songs. I was like, God damn, this is a disappointing Irishman right here, yo.
Right.
But
I hate that shit.
But then from his point of view, he's like, why does this guy that's born and raised in Canada have so much Irish pride, yo?
Bro, he has no idea why people do that to me all the time. They'll be like, hey man, you saw what happened with the Raptors? And I'll be like, no, I've never watched sports in my life. They'll be like, really? And they just ask all sorts of weird things.
True.
Like
Yeah.
that. And you're just, in your head, you're just like, why do they think I know
But
that?
shout out to Alex Byrne, man. He ended up being a nice guy and everything. But
You're like, here you go. Here's 4 shots, buddy. He's like, whoa,
and then
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, you could have told. And then I'm like, because he accepted it, and he's like, I don't drink. You can have it. And I was like, why didn't you just tell me? I wouldn't have bought it. He's like, well.
Because you assumed. He's like, there you go. Since you assume.
Yeah, I tried like 3
shot.
different songs with him, and he didn't know any of them. I was so disappointed.
Maybe he was doing a bit. He was just doing a bit for all the time you knew him.
No, I think he's just a
method.
He's just a fucking sober nerd back home. You know what I mean?
That's what people do. You know how many black people come up to me and they'll like speak patois, and I'll be like, I know what you're saying, but I can't hit you back. I'm sorry. I can't do it back for you. I apologize. And they're just like, oh Jesus, white person.
But you like a lot of the old songs?
It was, yeah. You'd always hear them a little bit growing up. Like,
what's your favorite Irish song?
Favorite Irish song? Fucking, I'm not really sure. Like I love, Luke Kelly.
Okay.
You don't?
I've heard the name.
He was in like the Dubliners.
Okay, yeah, the Dubliners, yeah.
But he's just like a legend. Like just the way he could sing the songs, and he even sung like older songs that were sang before, but just his voice is impeccable. Like it's ridiculous. It's Dublin. Like you feel like you're in Dublin when you're listening to it. Like so, it's great. Every now and again, I'll just throw it on at home. But if you're feeling nostalgic for home, you just throw on a bit of Luke Kelly, and it's great. Yeah. Luke Kelly. Yeah, he's big, kind of red afro, like as Irish as you could possibly look.
Do you know any of his songs?
Like I wouldn't. Yeah, well, he has like the owl triangle.
Sing one of his songs and then pass it to Jam Easy. If you don't know this song,
okay,
you're
let's see it.
fucked, buddy.
Yeah.
No,
Go get one started. Let's hear it. Let's hear if I know it. The one that you just said, I don't know.
They're all really hard to sing. That's why it's.
Do you know this one? This isn't by him, but armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons.
Yo, you guys
but
have
every man must stand behind the
God.
man behind the wire. Yes. Up the Irish.
Yo, you
All
guys
right,
have
sick.
sad songs.
You know how people say like up the ra.
Yeah,
Like,
up the ra.
the IRA, but today is actually Mother's Day in Ireland.
Yeah.
So somebody sent me a thing. It's somebody in a balaclava, but it says up the ma.
Up the ma. Nice. Nice.
I actually when you text me come over here, I was about to ring my mother because it's Mother's Day and I forgot to do it.
Oh my god!
So happy Mother's Day, man! I'll ring you after.
Oh,
should you call her live on the show? No.
Oh, that'd be nice. Is she back over there?
She's back at home, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no, she'll be still awake when we're done this.
What time is it there now?
It's like 5 hours ahead.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
it's about 9 p.m. there.
Yeah, should be
9
alright.
p.m.
Mm.
Oh, you gotta call her
I
soon.
know.
Man.
I was about to do it at like 1, and
Oh,
then
wow,
you
I
text me, and
sidetracked
then I
you.
started looking up St Patrick's
Come
Day
on.
straight away.
Up the ma.
Oh, you started looking at St. Patrick. Die hard comedian.
Just to make sure, I was like, I can't look like it. Well, like I knew a lot of stuff, but it was just in the back of my mind. I didn't know if I
Yeah.
could bring it forward.
True.
But yeah,
Yeah, man. If anyone does have evidence about these this African colony that was actually in Ireland that comes up every year on St. Patrick's Day, like, show me evidence or shut the fuck up about it. when I looked at online, like I looked
Where?
all the places I would normally look. I always look for the worst stuff about a guy, but that one it didn't have much backup other than the meme post. Like you could find that, and then when you dig deeper into any facts about it, the only thing they said is that there was this traveling community from Central Africa called the Twa that the reason they think that the snakes are them is because they had the dreadlocks that people would call
Yeah.
snakes.
And get rid of the
I never heard
snakes.
that before.
And then
But,
get rid of the snakes.
You never seen that every year? I'll show you the exact.
I only saw it because you sent it to me.
Uh,
Otherwise, I've never seen that before in my life.
really?
Never.
People probably send it to me just to piss me off every year. That's all.
Is it like Lewis? It's like people from the UK sending it to you?
Yeah. Oh.
Jeez. That's nice. Was that's his pad? That's where he lived?
No.
Was that a fucking mansion?
Yeah. So this is what I see every year. Black people do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Done.
He killed over 200,000 African
What?
people known as the Twa
What?
to establish the church in Ireland.
So they were meant to be in Ireland at the time.
That's what they say, but
And
Why don't you write in who's the Twa? Did you look into the
Yeah.
Twa?
yeah, they're
And
from
did they
they're
have
from
did
around
they-
the Great Lakes in Central Africa.
Did they have like a murder like passage in their history or something? Where they got
He must-
genocided?
they're still around.
Oh,
But he must have
Yeah.
got every single one of them because there's in Ireland, like when I was growing up, there's no black people. And, like if there was somebody black, like a couple of towns over, whatever, everyone would know.
For
like
sure.
now they're in Dublin. There's a lot more. It's more.
yeah, of course.
There's more people. Like the jersey I'm wearing now, it's actually Paul Mcgrath. That is on
Mcgrath.
the back of it. He played soccer for Ireland, but he was black.
Oh, really?
But he's like the most famous black. Well, one of the most. There's like Phil Lynott as well.
When I went
shit.
to Ireland, Phil Lennon, they were if you
Phil Lynott, yeah.
people that don't know, that's Thin Lizzy's lead singer, and he was a black guy.
Yeah.
And they were putting up a statue of him when I was in
Yeah, there's one in
when I was
Dublin, yeah.
17. I went to Ireland and
statue.
they were putting up a statue.
And they were
of him.
putting it up.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And I was like, of course.
Yeah.
I come to town and they have to put up a statue of a black guy. That's the kind
Yeah,
of
so he's like a
cultural
legend.
influence I have.
Paul Mcgrath, he's like the best. He's one of the greatest players like Ireland ever had. He grew up. He was born in England. His mother was Irish. His dad was Nigerian, but the dad like left straight away. And
Surprise.
But the mother was so afraid that her father would find out that she got married out of wedlock. She sent him to foster home. So, but then when he was 5, that family came back. It was like, we can't control him. You got to take him back. So his mother took him back.
It's
for
too strong.
A couple of days. Too
This
strong.
boy's bones are too dense.
He's just playing basketball with everything in the house. We don't know what to do. But then she sent him back. It came after that.
Yeah, go ahead.
But she sent him back. She sent him back then for a few days. She only kept him and sent him to an orphanage. So he grew up in an orphanage.
Damn.
But one of the best players, he was like an extreme alcoholic. So
For real?
yeah, but like obviously growing up the way he was, like he got serious racist abuse like all the time. But then once he became like a legend of the game, then obviously everyone loves him now.
Of
course.
course.
But growing up, he had a tough upbringing, so he drank a lot, and he missed a few like Ireland games because of it.
Wow.
And they were like, if you miss the next game, we're gonna have you're not coming back again. And he still missed it, but then they realized he like when people say they're alcoholics, like it's like he had the full disease, like he was fucked with it.
What like era was he playing in?
I think he retired.
Decade?
He probably retired like 90, like early 90s. In 93, I think he was the PFA Premier League Player of the Year.
Wow.
So that was
That's crazy.
I never heard of this guy, to be honest. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was early on. He was playing with Man United in the 80s, and he played with Villa then I think till the end. But so it was kind of before my time a little bit. But you hear about him the whole time. Like.
Yeah, I find when I was there, it seems like the number one import for immigrants is Nigerians in Ireland. Like, or what's the next the next culture other than white? Like
Nigeria's.
Wouldn't it be like
like Ireland, I see a lot of Nigerian immigrants in Ireland when I was there.
All right. Yeah, you were in Dublin, were you? Yeah. Maybe I'm not really sure what it would be. Like I remember growing up, it was like there was nothing. When I was like 13, we got my buddy Archam.
Yeah.
He was from Belarus.
Okay.
So he was the first one. He was the first one that's like not Irish. And then another, like one of my best friends at home, Casper. He's from Latvia. He came like a couple of years later.
Yeah.
But then there was loads of Polish people. Well, not loads, but like a lot of Polish people. And then it started being a bit more multicultural then after that. But growing up, there was
how white do you have to be to have the nickname Casper in Ireland? Like,
well,
is he like
that's actually
white?
his name. That's actually his name. His
really?
Latvian, yeah.
Oh,
first
fuck.
name. Yeah. Caspars.
I was
actually.
like, holy fuck.
With a K. But no, there's no one gets nicknamed in Ireland for being too white. It's just everyone is.
Yeah,
that's funny.
True.
Yeah, man. Fucking so overall, what do you think, St. Patrick? You think he's
what else about this guy? Is there anything else? Like he rode through. He was Bruce Willis pretty much.
He was
James Bond.
He was Django Unchained.
There was one story that
basically.
there was the day before Easter. He was so this could be something to do with him setting that house on fire as well, because it's like it doesn't say exactly, but it's before Easter Sunday. He had a fire lit to bring him into the next day.
Okay.
And but it turned out the same day was the day before a huge pagan holiday.
Okay.
So the king had said that like all around the country, like all fires have to be put out because to get ready for this pagan holiday the next day. And St. Patrick wouldn't put his out, so he left it go through. So he had to go and meet the king then again, but I guess it's one of the other times he escaped, like you said. But so they brought him in to see the king, and it wasn't good. But I'm not sure how that part ended.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they say he not only escaped prison a bunch of times, he also rose people from the dead. They said
he
multiple
rose
times.
people from the
Yeah,
dead.
St. Patrick's
But
dead.
But I feel like that might just be like an analogy for they were pagan. He made them like born again Catholics or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like he resurrected their souls.
Or somebody was dead drunk and he like jostled them away.
Yeah, exactly. That could be possible.
Come on.
He gave him water.
He was dead.
He's just like,
he's the one that invented having a water in between like 12 beers. Here, have a water. I'm like, oh my god, I've been resurrected. I feel like I can go drink a couple more now.
But it's funny how we take like anything, like if we find something written from 2,000 years ago, it's like we're taking that must have happened.
Yeah.
Like we're taking what they said, for it has to be true, because like we write, we're comedians, we write. If someone in 2,000 years finds our notebooks, it's like, see, I told you, we're supposed to be alcoholics, we're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Apparently it was funny to be an alcoholic back then. Like they'll have all sorts of shit if they find people's notebooks.
That's it.
So
but
much.
They'll have to take it as gospel. Like.
If everything got wiped out and they just found Instagram, they'd be like, this Kylie Jenner's a queen.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was the queen.
Yeah, everybody loved it. Look, she had millions and millions of people followed her. She must have been doing something right.
Queen Beyonce, Queen Kylie Jenner, Elon Musk. He was a demigod. He flew to space, apparently. Like they would just think all sorts of ridiculous shit.
There's gonna be some good stories in 2,000 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at the first St. Patrick's Day parade in Ireland was in 1903, so almost 200 years after the first American one. So Americans definitely made St. Patrick's Day a different thing.
They took it to a new level because they wanted to sell beer.
No, because they wanted to celebrate.
Yeah,
they wanted to fight discrimination.
Once those companies figured it out, they're like, how much? What did they do?
You said 1903. Yeah, well, like Guinness was there for a lot longer than that. I was thinking because Guinness, a few years back, Guinness they made their own kind of holiday. It was like Arthur Guinness Day.
Oh, really?
Arthur's Day, yeah, but it only lasted for a few years, but it was unbelievable for Guinness. It's why I drink Guinness. Like
that's how you got into it?
I didn't really like it when I was in. Well, I didn't know if I did. I just drank whatever, and then it was Arthur's Day. I was like, I'm going to drink Guinness all day, whether I like it or not. And then the first one, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure, it's okay. Second one, third one, sixth one, was like, this is the best thing I've ever drank.
Oh my god!
So I've been drinking it since. But at 1759, on that day, the 23rd of September. Everyone is allowed out onto the street and cheers to Arthur.
Wow!
But it only lasted a few years, but that was a good one too.
Why'd they cut it out? What did he?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
They probably found out some bad stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. There's something there.
Was he a pagan snake?
Instagram cancelled him.
I was gonna ask, is there a difference between what you get here and what you'd get back home?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like watered down here or something?
I'm not sure if it's watered down. It's just like how we say it is like we know that Guinness doesn't travel well, but out of a can is different anyway. But here it's just different. Like if you get it from Dublin, like in Dublin. No, like the storehouse, the Guinness won't allow somebody to give a bad point to Guinness. Like if they hear like O'Malley's pub down the street, someone complained about a pint of Guinness will be out there and clean their pipes and make sure the keg is the right distance away from the Guinness, from the bar. Like they won't have it bad, so you can't really get a bad pint of Guinness in Dublin or really in Ireland. It's so nice.
Yeah,
it's
Guinness
so
on
nice.
tap is a
so
different thing in Ireland. Like,
it's beautiful. Like it's almost thick.
Yeah,
like
that's
cream.
what I've heard. I've heard that it's thicker there. Like
it's good stuff.
Wow, I gotta try that. Even though I don't drink at all.
Yeah. Even if you don't drink, people that don't drink. Sometimes people give up beer in Ireland. They're like, oh yeah, no, I had to switch to the Guinness because Guinness is good for you.
Really,
it's better for you. Like,
is it?
Well, I don't know. More iron in it.
I'll
tell myself that anyway. Yeah, I think there's a lot of iron in it and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely better for you than lager anyway.
Yeah,
true.
So if you're gonna break your diet and have a beer, Guinness.
Yeah, in Dublin, you have to drink Guinness. Even in the storehouse as well, you could do one in there. Pour your own.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of what they do. They teach you how to pour one, and
that's so weird. I gotta go there one day. Experience that place.
It's good. I haven't been back now for over a year. So, but I like to get back normally around once a year, but obviously with COVID, not allowed to move. So
yeah.
So you went back in 2019?
I went back 2019. Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
for Christmas.
Okay,
for 2 weeks, and but before that, it had been like 2 years.
Damn, I wish I could have. I wanted to do my dad's 23andMe shit. I wanted to see how much Irish he had in him with that last name. I wanted to actually see.
With the Cummings, yeah,
because he's very, very light, very, very light person.
But you know, like another one that is kind of crazy, like the Che Guevara one. But my Muhammad Ali, his his I guess great grandfather.
Yeah,
his I'm not sure what way it fits in again, but is Grady from Ireland. Like he has white in his genes. Like
really?
and Grady is my mother's name, and it's from Clare.
Really?
So there's. I'm not sure how close we are, but I'm related to Muhammad Ali.
That's fun.
Like going back. So Abe Grady was like a white guy from Clare.
Yeah.
He, so his kid, I guess, was Muhammad Ali's grandfather or grandmother. I can't remember the way that story works. So
there's so much of that in the Caribbean and black people and Irish people and stuff like that. So, like my mom's, I think her grandfather was like looked more like you than like me. Yeah. It's so weird. Like blue eyes, everything.
Yeah, it's
so weird the way it switches over.
Yeah, man.
Slowly.
I find in the world the two most like cool cultures worldwide are Irish and Jamaican.
The ones that spread.
When they go places,
people
like them. People want it. You know, let's get some. Be Irish for a day. Let's embrace that Irish culture. Let's embrace that Jamaican culture. Both of them travel well.
100%.
And people like the way they talk. They have very charming people.
Yeah.
Well, people imitate us both. Like, people imitate the Jamaican accent, they imitate the Irish accent, but they do it like straight to us, and it's fun. It's like it's inclusive. But that's what we like it. I don't know. They do it straight. But I guess you can't do it. You can't do it with everybody. I guess.
That's actually a weird thing with the Jamaican and Irish. But if you look at a Jamaican accent, I've always said that. If you look at say how a Nigerian person talks, like, hey, hello, how are you doing? Yeah. And then you take like how an Irish person talks and you put it together. That's like how a Jamaican person sounds.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. If you really think about how an African person talks and how an Irish person talks, and then you look at the slang that like patois uses in Jamaica, it's very like if you listen to an Irish person talk long enough, and then somebody with like a not so strong Jamaican accent talk, it's very, very similar.
Yeah, there's actually a book that someone told me to read before, but it's called To Hell or Barbados. I've been meaning to read it. I'm going to read it now, but it's about like Irish people being taken as slaves as well as black people. But apparently there was this ship that went to Barbados with like Irish people and black people, and they were both slaves. So I need to read the book. I don't know about it, but there is some mixing obviously happened in the Caribbean. So
there's a lot. My mom, she told me, she's like, this person who was more white, his last name, that family name was Griffith. So she doesn't, or Griffin or something like that, and she doesn't know whether it's Irish or Scottish. Like, she has no idea, but it's one of the two. Yeah, because so many Irish people were lied to. And they were like, you're going to be a slave master. And then when they got over there, they just fucked them right over. Right away.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like black people with the Irish second name, like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, so many. Like, there's so much of that.
Yeah.
So much of that.
Fucking.
And my dad definitely drank like a fucking Irish person. That's for damn sure.
Apparently, the Irish were made really bad slaves, too.
The son.
They brought them over. Yeah. They can't even whip these guys. They're useless. They got a sunburn on their back.
Yeah, the son alone is like, fuck. Put them in the house.
Like,
do the dishes.
When I went to Ireland, like the tour guide, we went to see like the Cliffs of Moher, but it was like a 2-hour drive there. So she was like just talking shit about stuff, Irish history, and that's one of the things she said. Like, oh, this is where. The boats like took like Irish slaves, but she's like, when they got to the Caribbean, they only lasted. It was like one of the shortest stints of slavery. Yeah. They brought Irish people over, like, fuck, you guys are bad slaves. All right, just go do something else. Go run your own farm.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how apparently that's how the mixing started, because so many Irish people were like, I'm never going back there. Like, we're here. Like, I'm never going back to those people. If we can be here, then we'll just stay here. Yeah. And they probably mixed in like so. Yeah, like quickly. Yeah. Because there's more slaves than.
But at the time, I doubt it wasn't a luxury yacht going back. You know what I mean? It was like it was probably the worst trip they've ever taken in their lifetime. It's like, I'm not getting on that fucking thing again.
You probably had to watch people die. People try and eat each other.
100%. And they probably died, and they were still there 10 days later. You know what I mean? Like it must have been fucked.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Just a side note. In movies, like. I'm just thinking about Braveheart. You know Stephen the Irishman?
In Braveheart?
Have you seen Braveheart?
Yeah,
I've never seen Braveheart.
You don't know Stephen the Irishman? He's the fucking... Okay, so basically, if you haven't seen Braveheart, he's the best character, man. And I wish they made a movie about him alone, because Stephen the Irishman, he's the guy that comes in and he's from Ireland. He's like, it's my island. And you know what I mean? He runs things there. He talks to God. They say, oh, you talk to God? He's like, it's the only way an Irishman can talk to someone on his level. But that guy just a great character, and he apparently killed like a bunch of British people. I don't know if he's that movie is like loosely based off real shit that happened, but allegedly he in Ireland killed a bunch of British people, and then he went over to Scotland and joined the resistance. Like, he was just a pro at killing British.
Well, they say they invented whiskey to stop the Irish taking over the world.
Really, eh?
I think I believe
that's
it's
funny.
true.
They also say that before Britain started colonizing stuff, like the thousands of years before, whenever it was like the Romans or the Greeks, when they were like on their excursions trying to take things over, they always passed by Ireland and they're like, it's not worth it. Let's not even go there. They just said fuck it, and like that's a sense of Irish pride. But it's like, it's so funny that it's like people just viewed it as an island that they're like, fuck it, we're not even gonna try that one.
Yeah.
Another joke my cousin used to always say is like, the Italians invented sex. Yeah. The French perfected it. Yeah. The Irish introduced it to women.
That's funny, you know. I never heard that. Wow.
Oh fuck, that's amazing.
That's a good one, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. That's
Yeah.
a nice Irish joke.
It's funny, like the Irish stereotypes in like TV shows and movies, like is just, beat your wife and get her pregnant like that. Like I remember there was I figure it was Family Guy or Simpsons, but they did like it was supposed to like a day in the life of an Irish woman, and it's a guy coming in the door, smacking her across the face, fucking her. She pops out a baby. He leaves. He comes back. The same thing. It just keeps going around in a circle like that.
Jesus.
Irish twins, right?
Irish twins. No,
Irish twins is when you have two babies the same year. Like they're like, so there's ghetto twins is if you get two different girls pregnant in the same year. Irish twins, you get the same girl pregnant twice in the same year.
Twice in the same year.
Yeah, so you could have a baby, say one in January, and then you get her pregnant again in like March, and she has another one in November. You know what I mean? Why are you so confused by that?
Because like
you can have two babies in the same year.
I know, but like why would you? Why are you doing that?
Because that's all that they're good for. No, I'm just kidding.
This guy feels real Irish today when you're around.
Yeah,
that's crazy though.
Yeah,
because like they got to get sewn up. Like especially, good God, like give them a rest. You gotta give them a couple months.
Yeah, there's some families in like it wouldn't happen as much anymore. But like my mother, in her family, there's eight siblings, but they had friends that there was. I'm pretty sure there was 17 in one of their neighbors' families. Yeah.
See, if you did the two in the Irish twins, you kept doing that, then you can pull that off nice and easy.
My dad has a brother
quote, unquote,
born within a year of him, but my dad's born in the middle of the year, so they're not like official Irish twins, but they were babies together. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But the Catholic thing is like you're not supposed to use contraception.
Oh, you have sex only to procreate.
And you're like if you're procreating, you're giving God another
soldier.
another soldier. Exactly. Yeah. So
another
that's
soul of righteousness.
The more you have, like if the more religious you are, like the more you have seems to be the best.
Yeah.
That's like
you're doing.
I'm making Christians
because I live in a Orthodox Jewish neighborhood, and they're very much about that too.
Yeah.
I think there's something like if you have 8 boys, you're instantly put into heaven. Like that's your instant pass. Like you're just. Wow. Good. Don't even worry about what you did.
Never gonna make it
because you put 8 boys into the world. Because they're gonna,
Does it have to be with the same woman?
I don't know. Yeah. Probably not.
It's easier if it's not. Like it's just, you get your numbers up pretty quicker.
It's been 1 year. I got 4. I got 4 more to go. I got a big year next year. Gonna have some Jewish twins. That's actually.
I want to get this living life good thing out of the way by the time I'm 30.
I really want to fuck off after I'm 30. I want to do some wild shit. Yeah, man, it's weird with religion like that. My mom's family had 8? Yeah, there's 8 kids.
Yeah.
Always a lot. And my brother, my uncle, his dad, because not the same as my mom's, because it's crazy over there. Like he had one lady pregnant that lived here, and then another one 2 houses down, and another one 3 houses down, all at the same time. And he would just do his rounds to visit his kids.
They all knew about each other.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
it's nuts the way it works over
there. He didn't even have holes in different area codes. He had holes in different areas of the street.
It's that Irish blood, bro. It must be.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Just drinking and fucking and singing songs.
That's it.
Yeah.
About freedom.
The more kids you have, the louder you can sing.
Exactly.
As a family.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
That's nice.
Yeah,
how many in your family?
Me?
Yeah.
I just have one sister. Yeah.
That's it. How about you?
I have 2. But my mother has another family. She they're not married, but our other family and my other brothers and sisters, there's 4 more of them.
Okay.
So there's 3 in my first family, and then there's 4.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
I got me and my brothers who grew up together, and then I got 4 outside that my dad just had.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, man. Gotta bring those numbers up again, guys.
That's it,
Can't fuck around this generation.
Yeah.
I'm going for 6 myself.
Really?
6?
You're getting a late start, man.
Yeah, I know.
All with the same girl?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 26.
Right.
She just turned 27.
You gotta do it fucking Irish style, and once the one baby comes out, you gotta come inside her again. That's when they're the most fertile too. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Is it?
I heard that.
After a girl has a baby, you come inside her from across the room, and she can get pregnant.
Really?
You just come around her.
You come into a sock, your wife's pregnant.
Fuck. If a girl can get pregnant off pre-cum, it's during right after a pregnant
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think my girl's good to go.
But do you
that.
not? Do the doctors not say, like, I've never had a kid, but the doctors not say you should not have sex for a couple of months or something?
That's what I would think.
If it comes out of the vagina, but if she gets a C-section like a grown-up,
wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
I know nothing about pregnancy.
This guy's views are wild.
I'm just saying, if you want to protect that vagina, why not?
What is that? Is that you?
No.
Is the battery?
No. What is that?
Oh, you're thinking.
Oh shit! It's me.
Yeah, that's an alarm.
My bad.
It is a good time to wrap it up, though.
We're at an hour and 20.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 20. And just to come back to St. Patrick for a second, when I said that he probably most likely didn't kill any Africans, the people that he did kill, pagan druid priests, and they had serpents tattooed on their forearms. That's what they actually have evidence of him.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Getting not killing, but they were there and then they weren't.
Is that a bad thing? The serpents on the forearms?
Well, that might be where they actually said snakes, because I don't think there was ever, like, after the Ice Age, there was never snakes in Ireland.
No. That's what they said. Yeah, when I was looking into it, it's impossible for snakes to get over to Ireland because the temperature in the water is too cold for them to even swim over. And there's no native snakes to Ireland.
I'm gonna look into these druids. I'm gonna see that they're all black.
I remember
just black guys with dreadlocks.
Yeah. Just black slave masters.
They all look like Bob Marley.
Yeah. Hey, shouldn't have been having slaves.
But a snake,
I think
shouldn't have been a snake.
In my opinion, if you're a slave owner, you should get murdered.
Whoa. Hey.
If you're a slave owner,
what?
I don't mean to be too edgy, but I think slave owners can get got.
What? Well,
behind that.
what if 10 years from now they designate all of us as slave owners because we have these devices that are sentient?
Well,
we can change our views, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Well, I'll be like Joe Biden. I don't give a fuck. I'll change my views on the
exactly.
flop of a dime.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, fuck it. I love all machines.
But yeah.
I've had a fleshlight for 30 years now, guys. Come on.
Come on, man.
I've been coming with this fleshlight. I love her.
Yeah. So just to wrap it up, I'll say St. Patrick, I don't know, I can take him or leave him, but St. Patrick's Day, what it was made to celebrate, how it came about, it's more about celebrating Irish culture, like I said, and I'm so down with that.
Well, he's not around anymore.
He's not around.
You have to take him or leave him. But
he was around in the
like
400s. They started celebrating it in the 1700s, and it was because of tough times for the Irish, and they had to make a statement. And if you guys like discrimination and you like starving people and you like colonizing, then sure, go ahead, throw out St. Patrick's Day, you bigots. But if you're as woke as you say you are, you should definitely be celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and you should be hugging an immigrant.
Oh, or you can call it Irish Appreciation Day. Would that be good?
No.
No.
I think fair compromisers call it Paddy's Day. Paddy's Day.
Paddy's
Day.
Paddy's
Day
Day
with a D.
With two D's.
Bro, the people who do the
that.
canceling don't see that as a compromise. They're gonna be like, it has to be changed to Kamala Harris Day.
Oh my God!
And if you guys can't deal with,
but see, like the derogatory term for Irish people is a paddy. Like
I thought it was
English people used to say. Well, I'm sure there's a few if you want to rattle them out.
Mick,
but
yeah, I was gonna say
Mick
that.
is as well, but not a lot of people would say paddies. Like in America, it's like there's paddies. You know. Yeah, Paddy's is definitely what I've heard.
I've always
so it's like
heard
Paddy's Day. It already kind of does mean Irish People's Day. Do you know, it already kind of does mean Irish appreciation to the Paddy's Day. But obviously, we don't care when people say Paddy. We embrace it. You know. But,
I've always heard like the Mick one is people trying to insult people.
Mick, Paddy's, Brigit's, Catlick. Catlick is a spinach. Catlick is a spin-off of the Irish pronunciation of Catholic.
Catholic.
That's so stupid.
Bog jumper, turf cutter.
For fuck's sake.
You never heard that one?
Bog jump. Well, I don't know. Maybe
bogs are prevalent all over Ireland, or they were until the 1990s. And peat cut
you know
from
what
the
a
bogs.
bog? Like a bog. It's where we get like turf or peat. It's how you like make a fire.
Okay.
Instead of coal.
A mucker. That's a weird one.
Many Irish work to help fill the Back Bay of Boston and have this name to show for it to this day. Oh, you're a mucker.
Well, if you're from like Dublin or a city or whatever, you might call other people like from the country muck. You know, well, muck savage is another one.
Really?
But it's like if you're from Colchi, like if you anyone if you're from Dublin, anyone not from Dublin, they say a culture.
Okay.
But if you live in a town, the people live in just 2 miles outside the town, they're cultures.
Yeah.
Like country.
Oh, see, like, but yeah, the fucking similarities are crazy because that's like Jamaican will call you like a yardie.
Yeah.
Like it's so that's so weird.
Yeah. And there, I see one WIC, and that stands for White Irish Catholic. WIC.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You're WIC. You narrow back. The Irish
look at the
nickname
British
applied
people.
to children of Irish immigrants.
Yo, British people went hard on you
Wow.
guys. They gave us like one slur. They went
Oh,
all out on you guys.
They said that the Irish immigrants weren't as dedicated and hardworking as their long-suffering parents, so they called them narrowbacks. The Irish
Wow,
nickname for
anything to tear you down. See, that's what they do.
Your
That's what they
back's
do to
not-
us. They try to tear us down.
Your back's not nearly as big as your father's back.
Yeah, that's what they try to do.
Yeah.
They treat you guys like black people. Don't let them. Don't let them tear you guys down.
Yeah, man.
No.
They always try that.
No,
shit.
you'll never beat the Irish. We fought the British for 800 years, and we'd fight them for 800 more if we had to.
We're playing them in rugby on next Saturday.
Oh, yeah? Where?
So, fucking, I'm not sure if it's in England or. I can't
But you
remember.
watch? Where do you watch that? You just stream it?
Yeah, it's on like DAZN. It's the same
Okay.
as I watched. The
I
Premiership
bet
on.
it's in the UK somewhere because if it's in Ireland,
Oh well, it's every
it?
second year.
Okay.
It's in the Six Nations. There's like 6 teams that play rugby against each other.
okay.
It's like Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, Italy, and France.
So it can be in any of those places, basically.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you play like 1 year.
In
all
one
of those
place.
teams play against each other. 1 year it's one place. 1 year it's the
True.
back in the other place.
True.
Do you think we'll ever have one united Ireland? Do you think we'll ever get the North back? Do you think we'll ever get the British rule completely out of Ireland?
I don't really think so. But
Are they even making any effort towards it anymore? Or are they kind of just like fuck it?
some people are but see up there it's almost 50-50 like it's almost 50-50 up there, so some people want it, some people don't want it. I don't live up there, so it's hard, it's hard for me to make an assumption of what should happen up there. Like obviously you're supposed to say no, we want the fucking United Ireland back, but like it's it's better whatever happens. It's obviously better if there's less fighting,
of course,
there's less whatever stops people getting hurt, and I live in Canada now. Here is like the Queen is your your monarch anyway. That's where I'm living. It would be a hypocrite for me to say, no, I would never. I hate the Queen. I want her out of Ireland. Like we all need to fucking get along. Like that's the kind of way to we want to get along with everyone. England's included there. I've some of my best friends over here are from England. It's like it's funny to fuck with them and say shit to them and them slur me and me slur them, but that's because we're friends. Like. Yeah, and that's the way that's the way it should be. Like,
and
I think we should be able to say kind of anything. If you're best friends with someone, you can say bad shit to them.
Yeah,
100%.
And I mean, is that not better?
I was gonna say that's like a qualification.
Yeah.
You have to do that in order to get to that point of being good friends, and it probably gives you guys that camaraderie of like we're both not from here. Yeah, but we both know we're like
But we're more alike, like
exactly.
We're more alike. Well, my friends here, they would call themselves, their grandparents were Irish anyway, which is like a lot of people, in England. But like I've cousins in England. I have friends from England. I support Manchester United. Like I watch them all the time. It's like it's easy to just be funny about it and be like, yeah, fuck England, but we're all hypocrites when we say that.
True.
What's the connection between Ireland and Liverpool? I noticed like Scouse and Irish people, like they mesh well for some reason. Like what's the
it's just they're like that's
culturally the same or something.
It's I think if you leave Dublin, go straight across, like that's you get to Liverpool. Everyone that left, they went to Liverpool first and then branched out everywhere else. So most of Liverpool, like a lot of Liverpool are Irish descent.
And the soccer team in Ireland, Bohemian FC.
Yeah.
What's their deal with Bob Marley? Do you see that they had Bob Marley?
You
jerseys.
told me about this.
Did you see that a couple years ago?
I'm actually not sure.
I'll show you these. Sure. So they had really cool soccer jerseys. Bob Marley jerseys. Let's see.
He's normally it's like red. Well, there's red in it.
Oh, we're gonna have to press it again.
But yeah, see, they had Bob Marley's face on the jersey.
Oh yeah,
And then apparently Bob Marley, his family asked them not to do that. They're like,
oh, really?
You didn't pay us for this shit.
Is it Mr. Green?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they're calling him.
That's who they're sponsored by.
Oh, Mr. Green. That's why.
But they have these colors all the time, right?
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just curious about some of these like.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that actually, because I was probably over here when that happened. Though.
Yeah, they changed it to just a black fist. So either way, there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
They know what's up.
Yeah, man. Ireland is a very. They seem a little woke over there, eh?
Well, it kind of depends. It's like
in the main. Well, I guess in Dublin, they're kind of like
no, it's getting more and more woke all the time. Like more, you know, it follows the the trends that happen over here. Like I think it was like it wasn't that long ago when like gay marriage was legalized like a few years ago, and obviously there was a lot opposed to it as well. Though. So it is woke, and there's more people are getting behind what kind of should have happened years before, but there was definitely a lot of people opposed to it. They weren't saying like I don't like gay people. They were saying marriage should be the same as what it was over here. Marriage should be between a man and a woman. It's a sacred, whatever. Then you need to procreate and all that shit. A kid needs a mother and a father. But it was a great tweet that someone said, like, it was actually a friend of mine that had said it. It was like no, it shouldn't happen. An Irish, like, every child needs a mother. And then someone responded. It was like, so if he has two mothers, it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking.
So what's up with this guy? What else?
I think overall, St. Patrick's Day, great day. What it celebrates is a great thing. St. Patrick, the guy, he might have committed genocide, but he also would make a sick movie character. A guy that was kidnapped by pirates. Listen to this story. Let's just go over it again real quick. He was kidnapped by fucking pirates, sold into slavery.
Yeah.
Atheist at the time, found God, asked God for help. God helped him, sent him a message. Here's where you can escape. God escaped. Now Darren said he might have got kidnapped again on the way back.
Yeah.
But for sure he at least got kidnapped once. Goes home, goes to a monastery, realizes he's like, I want to bring these good values.
Yeah.
And I want to go get some revenge on my slave master. He burns the guy alive with all his riches. Makes it look like a suicide. Makes the guy seem like I just didn't want to get killed by my own slave. Either way, the guy had a fucking dope story. 30 years later.
Hey! You left out the genocide.
That's gonna be. Came back to get revenge on their slave master.
That's gonna be part of the movie. You kind of dolled that up real nice. It's revenge on the slave masters. Yeah. This is a genocide he's doing.
When you look at his story, that's what he did.
Listen,
there was pagans that were running shit before that had slaves.
There's gonna be a baby that gets killed.
You think he killed babies?
You got to. They're the fucking next generation. That's the way war worked back then.
But
you salted the earth, and you made sure there was
to make them, like, as a baby, to just
have them come up,
give them to one of the families that said yes.
Sometimes
and they're going to be Catholic.
Make a good Catholic.
More times, often than not, they're not going to take that chance because they have the blood of the people you just murdered. And if they learn that, that's a problem.
But blood,
like, that's just what they do.
His number one option was convert.
Yeah, because he was converting
people
that had grown up with that blood.
If there's a family of there's a family of 5 and they have young kids, you got to kill the kids. That's the way it worked back then. Like, literally, from every horrible person that we've covered, anytime they have to get something done, it's whoever's in the way. I know you guys don't like it, but there had to be at least one.
Hey, you want to throw in baby killers on the way out?
No, just a young. I'm saying just a young person. You can't just say the genocide is just slave masters, because it definitely wasn't just slave masters.
Okay.
If we're talking about pagans, we're talking about a people.
But I'm saying,
right?
But as far as
the people that converted had that same blood, Like, so if he can convert adults, he knows he can convert a kid.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know.
Exactly, maybe. And maybe it's just him. Maybe he felt like that, but how many people did he have with him? And how many people looked at those pagans as like monsters and gross things by the time he was done converting them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the way I imagine listen, if we were talking about Genghis Khan right now, you guys would have no problem with it. Because it's St. Patrick.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it really is.
And
if there was a Mongolian here, we were talking about Genghis Khan, he'd be like, listen, you don't understand.
But if St. Patrick was doing it like for the word of God, and God, would God have liked to see him killing babies?
Well, that's always the thing with this. It's even happening now with religion.
Yeah.
Like, How do they justify? How do they think God would want to see all this?
Yeah, get closer to God or go to hell. Pretty much. you get. I'll send you to hell quick, or I'll bring you to heaven slowly.
Get right or get left.
Yeah,
basically.
He killed some people. Let's be honest. Some people didn't want to become Catholic, but I'm not too sure about the whole baby thing. Like, you're throwing that in.
I'm just saying. I'm saying just families, young people. Like, I'm going to the extreme because you were going to doll it up and make him seem like Django Unchained.
The people that
not all like that, because the Django only, from what I know, I've never seen the movie, but he was just after slave masters, right?
Yes,
and that's it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really like that.
But
he was after a full people. Like, the pagans were people. They weren't just slave masters.
His main target was people that did him wrong, those slave masters, and pagan priests and druids that were teaching.
So the religion in general, basically.
If you,
taking that down.
I don't think he needed to kill any babies, like, because it wasn't we need to get rid of these people. He
like I said, that was just an extreme, so I'm not actually using that. Like when he just dolled it up, I'm just bringing it to the exact extreme.
But the vision he had,
what it actually is in the middle is, for sure, if there were young people, you had to get rid of them. There wasn't just, I'm gonna convert everybody. That, like, it didn't work like that all through history with all these different people we've covered. So I doubt it worked like that for the guy that we're more inclined to like today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're just trying to keep me honest, but like, that's
if Martin Luther King possibly said fucking head of the committee of pussy eaters,
listen,
you got to just come to terms with the fact that this guy killed some people.
When I look at St. Patrick through my clover colored glasses, you know what I mean? The way I see his,
I like that so much.
The way I see his story is a fucking hero's journey.
Is beautiful.
Is
I think so.
Yeah,
well.
he got revenge on slave masters. All I know for sure, he was a slave, and his slave master's house burned down. And I like that ending of the story. Now, if you want to throw in all the stuff about him killing babies, that's a completely different movie, and you can put that in a meme if you want to. But if we're selling this movie Universal,
if we're selling this movie, that's gonna be the Wes Craven version.
Yeah,
where it gets dark.
There's so many of these guys that we do episodes on that we're like, we need a movie on this guy, like Shaka Zulu, same thing.
This would be a great movie.
Great
fucking movie.
Great movie. Can you imagine? Like, come on, the characters, everything.
It would rival Braveheart, pretty much.
There is a what they call an Irish version of Braveheart. I forget what it's called, but it's about a guy that during the when Britain was taking over Ireland. What's the movie called? I think it's called like Black something. And
like Black 47, is it?
Black 47.
Yeah.
So there's this one guy that was like in the army, but he just went out on his own like mission, on his own like solo mission to like kill some British soldiers like on his own, like, and he would just do it like at dark, fucking like a mercenary.
Yeah,
a mercenary.
Great film.
Good
so
one.
He would basically true.
So it's not about getting a whole army together. That's just a one man mission. Like they killed his family. He's like, I'm getting my revenge.
Oh, so he's like John Wick.
You know what he's like? St. Patrick. He's like, yeah, man. No, so okay. So obviously, me and Darren are biased. So your final thoughts on what you think about St. Patrick?
This is great. This whole thing's been great, and he did what every person in history does. Like, there's people doing this right now to get their way. There's people in our government who will do this type of thing to get their way. It's just that we do it differently now. There's always death and destruction all around us, and the more we do these episodes and look into history, it's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to look into any name of any street of anything, you're gonna find a fucking. If you go back far enough, there's gonna be a fucking savage at the end of it.
And when you say go back far enough, in the year 400, how much were lives worth really? If he committed a genocide of 200,000, what's that, like killing 3 people today? Like,
but like a lot of the people, he probably killed them like 3 days before they were going to die of starvation.
Yeah. They were hanging on by a thread anyways. They couldn't make that journey out.
He's like, "Oh, you're hungry, son. How hungry you been? Here you go." He raises them up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, probably something like that.
But there's always shit like that, and I don't think when you find all these things from person to person to person, I don't think you should let it take away your pride of the person. Like, if you already have it there, just like somebody in Mongolia, like, you can't take away their pride of Genghis Khan.
The worst.
Fuck what you think about, like, how you think he did whatever he did. You can't take that away from them. And you can't cancel that person in their eyes. Yeah. You can do whatever you want with, like, how you think and everything, but you can't cancel.
Like I said, I was nervous to see what I'd find out about this guy, but the worst thing I found out about him was that he's not even Irish.
Yeah.
Like our whole fucking St. Patrick's Day is for a guy that was most likely born in Wales.
That's all right, man. Che
right,
Guevara wasn't Cuban.
True.
Fuck, he was half Irish, half Argentinian.
I'm just saying, of all the facts, that one hurt me the most.
Whoever's down the ride for the people, like they like become one of them. Like if anybody's honorary Irish, I think he would be that. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Just like Jam Easy's honorary black.
Exactly.
It's been made official.
Yeah.
I was at the meeting last month.
Nice.
You're in.
Trust me, man.
Congratulations.
I go to Ireland and they're putting up statues of black people when I show up. You know what's funny? Okay, so what was it? When I was 17 years old, so that's 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, I go and they're putting up a statue of Phil, black guy, black singer in Dublin. All right. Yeah. The next time I go back, a couple of years ago.
You've been twice.
I've been to Ireland 3 or 4 times, but the next time I went, they were unveiling the Barack Obama Visitation Center. So
wow!
Every time I go, something big's happening for a black person in Ireland. I don't plan it out. I don't know if they plan it around me, but all I know is there's been an appreciation of black people every time I go to Ireland. I don't even know if Barack Obama ever went to Ireland. They just fuck with what he does.
I think he went
once. He went before. Was it before or just as he was after he became president? But he definitely went, and did he? Yeah, he took because I remember the video, and he took a big slug of a pint of Guinness.
Oh, actually,
he said Slante.
Because it was like apparently the guy that owned the thing was technically related to him. So whatever way their ancestors went back, he found them. They owned a pub, and he had a pint of Guinness in that place.
So he's part Irish?
Obama apparently.
Everyone's part Irish, man.
Fuck.
We're like the Genghis Khans of whites. You know what I mean? we fuck a lot and spread the seed.
Yeah, there's way more than half U.S. presidents have been Irish.
Yeah,
actually.
Irish. Yeah. There's only a few that haven't been.
Fuck.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe Biden is part Irish.
He says he's like I remember BBC asked him, BBC it's the British news.
Yeah.
They were like, can we get you? Can we do a interview with BBC? And he was like, the BBC. I'm Irish.
Nice.
I'm Irish. You pony faced liar. The BBC.
Yeah, yo. So I don't know, Darren. Do you have anything you want to promote to the people at home? Anything they should be looking forward to you doing?
I'm just hoping to get back doing shows in the park as soon as we can. As soon as we can open up again. Yeah. So I need to get more. I just need reps on stage. That's what I need.
Yeah.
So
What park were you running it at again?
It was just in Stanley Park.
Yeah. Darren was running a weekly mic there. That was fun. Just no mic, just fucking speaking to the people, cracking jokes. I did it a couple times. A lot of fun. Colin, you should come on.
It's called Inexperienced Open Mic. So next year it'll be called Slightly Experienced Open Mic.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll work our way
couple
up.
years down the road, it's going to be professional.
Hopefully.
That's
fingers crossed.
That's great. Where is Stanley Park?
Just like King and Bathurst, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sick.
Yeah, it's just a small park there, but I didn't have any like equipment around it because at the same time like Ben Bank is a show, it's getting shut down and stuff. He had it obviously was never that was a big spectacle, like, so it was you were going to get in trouble. But I just said if there's no microphones, we can't get in trouble. If anyone ever says like you got to leave now, I was going to be like okay.
Yeah. It's not
True.
a big deal. Yeah.
True. That's actually smart.
I just wanted to get reps there, like just be able to speak it out instead of just like telling my roommates the same jokes over and over again.
Yeah.
It starts to happen. Like I'm at work and I just get people laughing and I'm like, all right, let me try this.
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Yeah, man. Colin, you have anything to promote before we go?
I'm gonna start selling my art as NFTs.
Are you actually?
Yeah, fuck it. Why
Sick.
not? You can sell fucking yourself yelling fuck as an NFT if you want.
Really?
You can fucking sell NFTs. So I'm planning on opening up a gallery and we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Deadly.
Sick, man. Yeah, so
try
follow
it, why not? Fuck
Colin at Colin's Process. Where can people follow you, Darren?
At Darren Burke 7 on Instagram.
And Burke is spelled Bourke.
Yeah, Darren Bourke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bork.
Yeah, that's what it's definitely like. It's Burke. In my family, there's we're actually related to people without the O.
Oh.
So it's like it's I think the family might have just separated a little bit at one point. It's like, oh, you're one of the ones with the O.
Somebody fucked their cousin. They had to kick them out for a little bit.
So they had to make it legit.
They're like, oh no,
she wasn't really my cousin. There was no.
She fucked a Bork, not a Burke.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what happened with our names. Maybe they just split at some point, and we kept the G because we stayed with God.
No, you put
guys,
a G on.
Yeah, we
didn't need to take anything off. Cummins is the original. You guys are the bastards.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we just separated. Maybe you guys had poor views. You thought genocide was okay or something. We were like,
whoa,
we're leaving.
Chill.
No,
we were against. See, us Cumminses, we were against slavery, and you Cummingses were a little bit.
Maybe because I'm black.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe the first time the Cumminses saw that, like, one of the Cummins had got a black boyfriend, they were like, "No, we're not having this." And you separated.
You guys bounced on us.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You can take
Bullshit.
that black and put a G in your last name.
Take that black and tan and get the fuck out of my face.
No. Yeah. So yeah, go sing your Irish rebel songs. You can find me at jam_easy. That's another episode of Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. Keep celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
That's what I was gonna say.
Keep
when
doing
is it? Because we're putting it out on the Monday. It's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go celebrate.
It's on Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Well,
We got to
yeah,
tell
it's
people
on Wednesday.
properly.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't mind those.
It died.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna jump over here now. Fuck it.
Don't mind those memes telling you don't celebrate it because we did the research. He's a pretty good guy.
Don't you like Irish people?
Yeah.
Look at these two.
And more
Conor McGregor. What more do I have to say? Come on.
More so than celebrating the guy. Just celebrate the Irish people. Be Irish for a day. Fucking fight the patriarchy. Fuck the queen. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
Jesus.
What? We're down with the monarchy right now. Are we not abolishing the monarchy?
Fucking right.
Ain't that happening?
They're racist.
Fucking
They're
right.
racist. Surprise,
Yeah,
surprise.
right? Surprise.
Surprise. These people that have a history of preferring to fuck their own cousins to keep the bloodline pure.
Jesus.
All of a sudden they don't want to mix with their other races. Wow, that was real shocking news to us. No.
That was the Irish take. You just heard the Irish take on that situation.
Yeah. If you like down with discrimination, up with the power of immigrants coming together and starting a new life in a new country, that's what St. Patrick's Day is really all about.
Then go grab 6 Guinness and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And then when they're gone, get the other 6.
And if you want to think about who the real
Instructions.
snakes are, just think about them as the British. The British are the snakes. They're the snakes. Fair enough?
Very fair. Very fair.
All right, guys. Peace.
Peace. Bro, is this 2 hours, bro? This is fucking biased. No black episodes are fucking 2 hours. The fuck?
Thank you for listening to Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. Rate, review, subscribe, and share. And remember to participate on our Instagram and shit and all that good stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Follow us on Instagram.